And it don't matter how you take this. Everything I do is what I do and I don't fake it. Self-made, I'm talking greatness. You either love it or you hate this. And it don't matter how you take this. Everything I do is what I do and I don't fake it. Self-made, I'm talking greatness. You either love it or you hate this. And it don't matter how you take this. Everything I do is what I do and I don't fake it.
What's good? What's good? We are back at it again with Graveyard Shift with Desyple Nite. Good old Dusty and Dirt back at it again.
Dusty and Dirt.
Dusty and Dirt. Go ahead and let them know what we talking about, what we doing tonight.
All right, my guy. All right. First on our list, we got science versus science fiction.
Science versus science fiction.
Yep. Then we got cloning.
Cloning. That's going to be
Cloning.
interesting.
Yeah, cloning.
Cloning.
Then philosophy versus reality.
I like that because that can go down a whole motherfucking rabbit hole. A whole rabbit hole.
I'm with you.
Let me, I'm going to go ahead like I always do and, put it on the Facebook so we can direct a little bit of traffic. Remember, like, share, subscribe to the Facebook and the motherfucking YouTube. All the websites for that matter. Shout out to Ashling Entertainment for the sponsor.
Whoop.
Shout out to No Evil Clothing. Mr. Knight's brand over there next to me. You got to get you some of that.
Yes, sir.
Let me share this shit to Facebook and we'll get at it. What you said, the first episode of Science versus Fiction. So I'm taking that in.
Science versus science fiction.
Oh, science versus science fiction. Okay.
Yeah.
So how you want to attack that, or how you want to start that, actually?
I was thinking because we've hit this kind of on a couple shows already.
To an extent,
and to an extent,
areas,
we haven't spoke on it like really in depth too much, but I was born in the 70s, man. So I grew up on a lot of sci-fi shows, and like Buck Rogers and Star Trek and Battlestar Galactica and all that stuff, and a lot of the technology they had in these shows, we have now.
Yeah,
I mean,
it's kind of trippy.
Minus the interstellar space travel, but
I mean, we kind of do that too, to an extent, though, if you really think about it.
Yeah, I mean, to an extent, yeah, but a lot of that stuff was science fiction when we were growing up.
Yeah,
you know what I mean, like.
All this was what we're doing right now was science fiction.
Yeah, I feel like I'm on the Starship Enterprise, and I'm talking to, talking to home base.
Like earlier when you had your little starship background up, like you was sitting in the starship,
right?
And I was down in the alley getting abducted, but that's a whole nother story.
But I mean, like a lot of that stuff was just straight science fiction to me, man. You know what I mean? Like, I was like, man, we'll never be able to do that.
So does that technically mean science and science fiction are the same thing depending on your knowledge and if you make it happen or not?
Yeah, you could turn science fiction into science fact.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, I believe that. You could turn science fiction into science fact.
I'll agree
straight
with
up.
that. I'll definitely agree with that. Because we've seen it happen with our own eyes.
Right. And just in the past, 30 years, the scientific advances, have been mind-boggling.
Right.
It turned us all into zombie, drones, but it's all right though.
I mean, just think about like when I was growing up watching the Jetsons and shit like that. They all had like cell phones and they all had like, flying cars, and they were talking like this, video to video, and back then we was laughing. That was all like, oh, that's so crazy.
Right.
Like that'd never happen. How you gonna do some shit like that? Now we're doing it.
And are you funny you mentioned the Jetsons, I mean, I remember watching one episode of the Jetsons, and they were insta-building buildings. You know what I mean? Like they'd have a little machine come down and it insta-build a building. And we got that technology now.
Well, yeah. Well, that's kind of like whatchamacallit? Oh, fuck, what the fuck is it? 3D printing. Just on a bigger scale.
Yeah, that's what it is.
Yeah.
It's a grand scale 3D printer, but it prints homes and buildings and stuff.
Right. And remember, we do this every motherfucking Friday at 12 a.m. We pick a couple subjects. Remember, get in the comments. Let us know what you think. Some people won't let comment. We don't know if you need a YouTube account. If you got to be subscribed, we ain't figured that out because all my settings are wide open. But remember, if you can chime in, let us know what you think.
Yeah.
I mean, we got almost everything from the Jetsons. Now, almost everything.
Almost.
Except like teleporting through fucking like the bank terminal tubes and shit like that.
Yeah.
And bullshit like that.
I'm kind of scared of that technology. You know what I mean? I don't want to be.
Yeah, I don't think I want a fucking vacuum tube like a water slide to somewhere else. Fuck that.
Yeah, I'm good on that.
Plus, I'm a little claustrophobic, so.
Yeah, me too. And
that motherfucker jams up and I get stuck in a coffin for hours in a vacuum tube, I'm dead.
Yeah. You panic to death. But I mean, we got a lot of stuff, you know, minus the flying cars and stuff. You know, we got a lot of stuff. You know, like back in the day, you know, a computer used to take up a whole building.
Yeah, literally a whole building.
Literally a whole building.
Yeah. But now microprocessors and all that craziness.
You know what I mean? Like we literally, all right, the technology that's in our cell phones right now
is microprocessors.
It's microprocessed, but it holds more memory and more, you know, RAM than any one of those computers back in the day that took up a whole building.
Yeah. That's far
bananas.
Yeah, that's how far technology
that's bananas. Like that's
pussy bananas.
Yeah, that that's kind of scary when you think about it.
What's good with everybody tonight? We're just starting our journey down the rabbit hole right now, talking about science versus science fiction, things that are possible and things that might sound possible that probably ain't possible. But I guess it's all a matter of opinion and how much somebody is willing to bring it to life, I guess.
Right.
But that's still not to say everything science fiction is possible, though. You know, you get things like wizards and things of that nature, but some people really think that's real, and I don't knock them for it. That's their opinion, but
you know, I watch a lot of little clips on, you know, Facebook and other social medias and
witchcraft and
you know, I mean, there's smart people out there working on stuff. You know what I mean? Like,
you mean like
I watch this,
like inventing stuff or.
Yeah, inventing stuff.
Yeah,
like I watched this clip. Dude made a real life plasma lightsaber.
Yeah,
I seen that. It cuts through anything.
Yeah, I seen that. But the military's got a laser cutter now too.
Yeah, you know what I mean? And this is a dude just with a workshop, you know, doing stuff on his own. Yeah, he gets a few engineers in there sometimes, you know, to help him out with, you know, problems and stuff. But this is a regular guy on his own said, you know, I like Star Wars. I'm gonna make me a lightsaber.
And that's crazy if you think about it, because in reality, it's just like, I guess it would be like harnessing a fucking laser.
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah, that's
to a certain extent.
Pretty much, yeah. That's pretty much what it boils down to. You know what I mean? And that's scary. And he's trying to make it so it's mobile. And he can, you know, move around and, you know, walk and do stuff with it. You know what I mean?
Right.
That's even scarier. You got a guy with a plasma cutting lightsaber walking around. That's a scary thought, you know, and that thing cuts anything.
Yeah, I'm sorry, I'm tagging people.
I feel it.
Tagging people on this motherfucker, but no, that's definitely crazy, and who would ever thought that And that's what you got to figure. The first Star Wars was when the original one was
Se-
real,
se-
like the
78,
70s
78,
or
77,
something.
yeah,
Yeah.
78, 77, somewhere around there.
So that's like way crazy. So you figure what about 20, 30, 40 years later,
Yeah,
and there's a real one.
yeah.
But if I remember too, if while we're on that subject, I think a couple different people had tried that, but they failed, I guess you would
Yeah,
say.
they failed at it miserably.
Yeah. Just like now they're like time travel. People think of it on a grand scale, like Back to the Future or something like that, but they're actually doing time travel like with small objects and moving them like 6 inches and things like that by using them, what they call them hydrogen colliders that they was using for atomic
Yeah,
stuff and things of that nature. Like they're actually doing crazy shit like that. But they said that motherfucker's like it's as big as like half a city or some shit
yeah.
just to move something 6 inches. So I could see teleporting like on the Jetsons eventually.
You know, we see that's teleporting scares me.
Well, yeah, because you're breaking down molecules and then putting them back together. You're scrambling yourself, which would fucking leave me once again. I know I always go off on this rant, but I'm telling you, we're in the fucking Matrix. But yeah, go ahead, continue. Teleporting is weird.
Yeah, that
What's up, Mike
that doesn't
D?
yeah, that doesn't make any sense to me, man. Like you're literally, like you said, scrambling yourself
Right.
in a million particles and reassembling yourself. How?
I don't know, bro.
Yeah, see, I'm not doing it.
No.
I'm not doing it.
Oh,
If
no.
it comes out, I'm not doing it.
Nah.
If we get to that point
And
where
I'm
we
sure
got
it
that
would have some
technology,
kind of side effect on the body, or it would over time anyway. I just don't
yeah,
think you can scramble somebody and put them. There's one thing to do a piece of paper or a small object, but something with such a, I guess, put together code, as I would call ours, that would be
yeah,
a lot of breaking down and putting back together.
yeah, I'm not doing it.
They're probably in here
You
like,
know,
what the fuck are they talking about?
yeah, we are on science versus science fiction. You
Yes.
know, the advances we have made from sci-fi to science.
And I'm gonna eat this 600 milligram crawler, and we gonna see if science says this will fuck you up, but we're gonna see if it's fiction or not. I might eat two, so you never know, just to see. But it tastes plant based.
But you know, a lot of our technological advances, you know, have come from Star Trek.
I was
You know, the
gonna
1960s version of Star Trek.
I
You
was
know what I mean?
actually
Like,
gonna mention that because a lot of the shit that we use are, like you said, the technological advances. They were, well, like you said, they was kind of fucked around with by movies and Star Trek, and people wanted to see if they can make it real.
like the communicator, you know,
Hmm.
turned into our cell phone, and
X-ray and
you know, I remember you know, the big brick cell phone back in the 80s. You know, it looked like you were calling in an airstrike.
right,
You had
big
you had
old
the big brick,
antenna on it.
big old antenna. You had
Hmm.
the big old battery carrying case, and you know, it looked like you were calling in a military
Hmm.
airstrike. And then, you know, they shrunk that down to, you know, a workable size. And
Right. And then it got real
y-
small. Remember when it was like the size of lipstick? You can get them real little ones and shit.
yeah,
And
and
now they're getting bigger again, though, and that's the new hotness. That weirds me out too.
porn.
What, they dick didn't fit on the screen? Like I'm lost here.
I don't know. I mean, sounded like the hot thing to say.
Right, right.
No, but yeah, that's crazy that, you know, a lot of TV shows like back then, you know, dictated stuff like that.
Or
You know,
was that them trying to let us know ahead of time what they were working on?
you
Who created Star Wars? Was it George or was
it
it?
was George Lucas. Yeah,
Okay, yeah. I sometimes I get that and Star Trek confused.
yeah, yes, a lot of people do. But
But I
yeah, don't
think
mind me. I'm
no, you're good.
trying to
You're
find
good.
something.
I was just thinking. I mean, they had similar aspects, but they were totally two different shows.
Right. Yeah.
But
But I mean, same premise, kind of. I mean, like space. You're exploring that. And
so do
going to
you?
new places. What are you saying?
So do you think everything? Maybe I'm not saying right now, but do you think everything from like now, everything creative thought up that is science fiction, that there's a possibility that it could all become reality depending on how far we advance in that area?
No. Because I think,
I mean, on the sci-fi part, put it that way. Not
yeah,
everything science fiction, but
like
just
if we go back to the teleporter, theory, I don't think that's
you
that's
said you gotta have a good size phone for porn. That's because you
see,
blind.
but yeah, we go back to the teleporter, theory, where you're breaking down molecules and reassembling them. I don't think that's a thing, and that's possible. You know what I mean? I don't want that to be possible.
I do on one, only on one avenue, but that avenue is our next subject, so I won't bring that up right now.
Okay, but yeah, but I'm thinking,
I thought your bird said asshole.
no, it's my chick,
Yeah, I know,
but
but it sounded like a bird for a split second.
yeah, she's talking to the birds. But like lasers, like we're getting better with those. You know what I mean? Like,
Right. But see, that's the thing with lasers too. That's why I say if you think about lasers as in how they're actually making lasers are actually cutting molecules. They're bending light. And that's the same
right,
type of thing they're using to fucking teleport to an extent.
yeah, that's a scary thought there.
He said,
That's
he said, I can't be too blind. I'm driving this big ass truck. So does my old lady, and she bounces off the curb.
what?
He said, I can't be too blind because he drives, he's a trucker. He drives
Right?
semi.
Yeah.
He drives that big ass truck. Man, you probably
All right,
got a
now,
Tesla truck. It got electronic. It drives itself. No.
all right, that's another sci-fi thing. You know what I mean? Self-driving cars.
Pizza delivery cars now.
I mean that was unheard of.
Yeah.
That was unheard of back in the day.
Actually, Elon Musk and Tesla just released the first. Mikey might know about this. The first in Ontario, the first shipping. It's a self-driving semi.
That's scary.
Yeah, that's a lot of weight.
That-
That's a
yeah,
lot
that's
of
scary.
weight to tweak out and have a bad day as a computer. He said, I
Right.
only hit the curb with the trailer. He said, mind your business.
That's
Oh,
funny.
shit.
But yeah, that the self-driving car, that's like I said, that was science fiction, back in the day. That's scary to me. I could hop in the backseat of a car and the car drive me to wherever I want to go.
I don't think I could
You
do
know?
that because to me it's like I don't know, but I'm weird because I don't like the there's not too many people I'll ride with unless I'm driving. Kind of like a plane. I don't like the plane aspect. It's not really the heights. It's that I don't have control if something goes wrong.
Right. And you're so high up that
Right.
if
I'm
something does
fucked.
go wrong,
Right.
yeah,
So it's like fuck that.
I feel it. But I don't know. There's a lot of different aspects of science versus science
See, I
fiction that
can
we can.
I can go real crazy because I'm
All right, let's
I'm
go.
open-minded, and when I say I'm open-minded, like I'm real open-minded. I can look at a lot of that shit, and because I'm a see it to believe it person, I could be like, okay, that's bullshit. That could never happen in the real world. But then some of them same things that I would say that about, I could look at them and be like, well, I've thought that once before and this shit really happened, you know what I'm saying? But then I can
Right.
break it down because I have theories. Like, I don't have answers to shit, but I have a lot of theories. And one of my theories is kind of like the Matrix that I always refer to, the world's full of zeros and twos. And if they want to write that shit in a program, it'll fucking be here.
And you believe in them 0 and 1s.
Well, I'm not saying that's my only theory I believe in, but that is a theory I believe in. So I do believe
Right.
on that aspect that if they want it to happen, anything could happen. But I could be wrong. You know what I'm saying? It's not always, theories aren't
Thank
always
you.
right. That's why they're theories.
Yeah. Like I feel what you're saying on that. You know, I mean, I do. And you know, if we go with your logical way of thinking here, and we're in the Matrix, you know, yeah, they could make all that happen.
All right, put it this way. Here's something that confuses me if we want to talk about science and like relativity and things of that nature. Like, say, all right, you believe in like the yin and the yang. There has to be a balance, right?
Right.
Okay, now, with that being said, let me hit this blunt real quick, right quick, so I can fuck your head up. Call out one more time, because this shit gonna be lightweight crazy, but
One time for the one
it's
time.
real simple, it's basic knowledge, but most people have never looked into it. Okay, now, our whole universe is made up of white matter, okay? It is
All
like
right, I'm with you.
90% something white matter. If you break everything down to the end of the day, it's matter. Now, there's also a thing called dark matter.
Yeah.
And they say dark matter created everything. But my point is, if you believe in the yin and the yang, then why is there so much more white matter than dark matter? And how is that a balance? That's what makes me think not everything is what they say, because some things don't add up to other things.
All right, and this is coming from, you know, your people that haven't explored 90% of the ocean, and we have no idea what's
Right,
down.
you can go billions of miles out into space and send machinery billions of miles out in fucking space, but you can't explore our fucking ocean. I mean, I get it, it's a lot of weight, it's a lot of pressure, but fucking space has got to be fucked up if space is space.
Okay, but yeah, like you said, you know, they're making you know, satellites and space probes, you know, to go to different planets and, you know, send back pictures millions of miles away from Earth, and it's still sending back pictures.
Or is it on like a conspiracy tip? They already know what's in the ocean, and that's why they don't care to look there. It could be that simple. They know something we don't.
No, because they keep coming up with, you know, new species every week, and you know, there's something new in the ocean all the time. You know what I mean?
Dre,
Like,
is
and
Night your name?
say what?
He said, is Night your name?
Yes, it is.
It's been midnight, but I've always called him Night because he liked it to fucked up my name and had everybody call me YPLE. So that's a whole nother story.
Right.
But no.
Yeah, but I mean, you feel what I'm saying on that though? You know what I mean? Like it.
But then think about this though, because they say, you know, first it was like kind of the monkeys we evolved from, which don't make no fucking sense other than we got a lot of the same traits. But now they're saying we're more or less over evolution. We came from the fucking water. So if we came from the water, why aren't we adapted to the water even though we're on land? We should be adapted to both because we fucking, what do you call it, evolutionalized, right?
Evolved.
Yeah, there you go. That's what I was looking for. But same difference, but you
Right.
get what I'm saying. So why is it that we don't give a fuck to look at the ocean or explore it? If that's where we came from, supposedly. But we worried about going out to space and all this other crazy shit.
I'm worried what's in the water, man.
Oh, I'm sure there's some shit at the bottom of the oceans we don't want to fuck with. How
You know
about
what I mean?
this for
Like,
science and science fiction, more modern? How about
all right.
He said, "Were you a DJ?" And he, yes, he was a DJ. That's
Yes, I
we're not going
was.
back to them days.
Yes, yeah. Let's
We're
not
not
go there.
having them stories.
Yes, let's not go back there.
Where was I before that?
Uh,
I had all
yeah,
kinds of
that threw
memories
me all
go through
off.
my head. Yeah, that
Yeah,
just
that threw
fucked
me
up
way
everything.
off.
Oh, yeah. I don't even know where I was, bro. All I seen was Eden's
You
Apple and DJ, and
right.
it fucked everything up. I started seeing stages and all kinds of shit.
Yeah, but yeah, Mike, I was that did happen. But you were talking about, stuff in the ocean.
Yeah. Like, I'm sure there's shit down there we can't even imagine. Which, oh, yeah, that brought me to my next subject. We was talking about science and science fiction anyway. And remember, we do this every Friday at 12. So if you got something you want to say or chime in, chime in. That's why we do this.
Right.
More modern example, say, Jurassic Park, and if you keep up on the news, kind of what we was talking about earlier, because this is
All
basically
right,
what
we're
we
we're,
do
we're gonna
on
get
the
into that
phone.
next subject. Let's hold that one for the next subject
Yeah,
because
yeah,
that is on that level.
yeah.
Yeah, but I want to know what's in the water, man. Like, I refuse to swim in the ocean because there are things in there that will kill you instantly.
I just want to knock up a mermaid.
Are they there?
I don't know, because mermaids, if you really check back into mermaids and time, mermaids were more medieval than before they were all glorious and pretty and shit.
Yeah,
So
but
that's another story that's been twisted over time.
a lot of things have been twisted over time. You know what I mean? Like, you know what? All right, let's do the science versus science fiction. All right, let's go to Egypt. You know what I mean? Like the pyramids, the Great Pyramids. There's three of them, right? And
There's
it
more,
took some.
but the three main
There's
ones.
more, but the three main ones I'm
Right.
talking about. The ones in Giza. All right. It took some advanced technology to build those. You know what I mean? And
Well, yeah, it definitely wasn't us.
all right,
But they're finding
yeah.
giants now
No,
too.
no. See, I'm not going there, man. I'm not going
It
there.
could be science or science fiction.
But here's what I'm saying
He
with
said,
that. You
"I'm
know what I
gonna
mean?
knock up a mermaid myself."
Stupid.
I like you. That's why I always fucked with you.
Nah, here's what I'm saying about that. You know what I mean? Like, let's look at it this way. What if we were more advanced than,
I already fucking said that, bro.
science led us on to believe?
Well, yeah, no shit, because we only use like 9% of our brain, 8% of our brain, whatever the fuck it is. We don't.
It's 10%, but we
Yeah.
use our whole brain.
But why is
it's
it
10%
we
at any
only
given time.
use 10% and we're like at the top of the food chain and we supposedly run this fucking planet, but yet every other animal uses their full brain capacity, every other organism, but we don't.
Well, I think it's a bunch of bullshit anyways,
Yeah.
but that's a subject.
We was
down the road.
levitating fucking bricks 100 miles after we cut them with our laser beam eyes and we built the fucking pyramids and then we took off.
No, that's not what I'm saying. That's not what I'm saying at all. I'm saying, what if, and this isn't a far-fetched what if, man, like, what if we were more advanced than history led us to believe?
We probably was.
Those are monolithic structures.
Yeah, we probably
Like,
was. But listen,
if you look at the seven wonders of the world, all seven of those wonders are monolithic
yeah,
structures.
but I've explained that before too. And my theory, what I think happened is they dumbed us down to control us, like the elites or whoever the fuck runs us, whoever the fuck it is. I think they've made up stories of gods for control, just like they still play games today, like dividing people and things of that nature. Like, we have been dumbed down. That's why we only use that 10% of our brain. We could have probably did a lot more extraordinary things if we wasn't dumbed down over time to be controlled. We're probably some type of fucking experiment.
All right, yeah, all right. I'll buy it. but
Because nobody's
that
out there trying to dumb down an animal or waste their time to dumb down a whole fucking, group of animals or something like that. Or they could probably be
yeah,
dumbed
but
down too.
we are harder to control. You know what I mean?
DMT
Let's
will
see.
open your mind, so they say. Never tried it. I'd be throwing 200-year-old trees. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like they say, a lot of shit that was invented and created was by people on acid and psychedelic shits because it opens up and makes you use part of your brains you never used.
All right, here's what I'm saying on this. All right, we're gonna use Egypt and Rome for this because there's the Romans were highly advanced,
Yes.
and they had plumbing systems and advanced
Yeah,
technologies that no other
irrigation and
irrigation
almost had
and
electric pretty much.
yeah, and nothing else no other society had.
Right.
But Egypt was on par with them. You know what I mean? And and Rome made monolithic structures,
Right.
like the Colosseum.
Yeah.
The Colosseum is so large they could fit whole ships in there, and they did.
Yeah.
And to recreate sea battles.
Right.
You know what I mean? And that is advanced technology, if I ever heard.
But they're saying how long it took them to build that type of shit, though. But they're saying that by our standards today, which is even crazier because we got machinery and things of that
that's our
nature.
standards today.
With machinery and shit, though.
What if they were more advanced?
I know.
What if?
That's what I said. There is no what if. We probably was. But if we were so advanced back then, why the fuck why is everything dust and dirt? What, we started over?
And those structures have lasted thousands of years.
Yeah, we can't build a car to last 5 years.
You know what I mean? You feel what I'm saying there?
No, I do.
These structures are still standing. Yeah, they have a whole lot of wear and tear on them, but
see, he's
they're
getting
still
at what we
standing.
was talking at earlier. He said we're all aliens. Now that's kind of like what I was talking about earlier and how you was talking about and I was talking about we don't quite fit into the whole picture of the earth here. Like we're the foreign ones, we're the parasites, we're the ones that destroy the earth.
Yeah, and this is a conversation we were having earlier today with each other. You know what I mean? Like, and I believe that wholeheartedly. Humans don't fit into the criteria of Earth.
We have
You know what I mean?
we have no part of the rotation that helps the earth. Everything we do hurts it.
Yeah, we are.
So it's like we're foreign, like we came from somewhere else.
Yeah,
we're not part of the ecosystem or nothing.
No, and there's nothing beneficial about anything we do.
Right.
It's the truth. Look at that any way you want, but it's not.
What the fuck? He said, I wonder if I could use all of my brain if I could make myself taller. That's what I do. So I can look down on everyone like they have to look down on me.
All right. I'm a tall guy. You don't want to do that.
There's some.
You bump your head
I
off.
was gonna say I hit my head a lot, doorways, everything. Even when I
bump your head off it. Yep, you bump your head on everything.
Yeah, it ain't all that. And then the back problems suck, bro.
Yeah.
At least you're more grounded.
Yeah,
I said that too. He said we're from Mars. I said that because they got riverbeds that used to be there and everything else. That's what I said. And I said maybe the motherfucking asteroid that hit the Earth and killed the dinosaurs wasn't an asteroid. It was our escape pod when we landed here.
Right.
And that's what people were calling gods falling from the skies and things of that nature. But that's just a theory. That's another theory.
Look, I'm sure if we had, somebody on Mars and that could dig and do some archaeological.
I think we already fucked up and blocked the sun out from Mars, and we already, what do I want to say, fucked up the atmosphere on Mars, the same that we're doing here in a slow process. I think if we paid more.
Yeah, but see, the thing that happened with Mars is its core stopped.
So they say. How the fuck they?
So they say. All right. So they say. But if its core stopped, that stops all life. That stops all everything. There's no magnetic field to hold the atmosphere in.
Right. I get
You feel what I'm
that.
saying?
Just like the atmosphere burning up, sun being blocked would kill all life.
Yeah. So if our core stopped right now, our atmosphere would.
If our core stopped right now, we'd be hurtled through the fucking wall in our room at millions of miles an hour.
Yeah, pretty much.
If we stopped spinning.
Pretty much. But you know, I mean, we'd be dead before then because our atmosphere would vaporize.
He said, I personally think that God is like the creator of us, but like the head alien. I'm probably wrong, and when I meet him, he's going to be pissed. No, you could be true. Like I said, I've thought of it in ways like that almost too. Like we could be an experiment, and the one that we've been taught to learn to know as God is like, you know, the person that put us here, the one that created us. So they started that story. Because we do not fit in here at all. But we could be in a big fucking computer mainframe at the same time.
All right, here's what I'm thinking, man. All right, I'm thinking, you know, I'm gonna go back to Rome and Egypt here, and you know, way back then, and I'm thinking we went through a lot of technological advances, right?
Right.
Like, all right, say Rome and Egypt were on par with us, you know, because like there's some drawings in the pyramids that said they had electric lights.
Okay.
So I mean, they may have been ancient electric lights, but those drawings depict electric lights.
Well, yeah, you got to think about like turbines, water turbines, things of that nature.
I mean, yeah, you could get energy from a lot of different things,
right?
And you know, you could harness nature's energy,
right?
All right, so I'm thinking we went through a period of technological greatness.
And then the creator said, no, we got to dumb you the fuck down. You're getting too smart.
No, I'm thinking, you know, war, famine, you know, stuff like that happened. And
so like a nuclear war, but on Mars.
I'm talking here, buddy. You know, I'm talking on Earth.
If we got that advanced, we would have destroyed this bitch already. We're too parasitic.
No.
And then how did we get stupid other than what? We started to recreate again after everybody was gone, and whoever recreated us, the founding people, dumbed us down to control us. They didn't give us all the knowledge.
Yeah, pretty much.
That's a fucking,
you know, because by that point, look, by that point, the Egyptians, you know, that built the pyramids were gone. The Romans that built the Colosseums were gone. You know what I mean? And there was no way to pass that down. I mean, they didn't have Google and, you know, let me Google this and
let's Google that.
You know what I mean? Like they didn't have that. You know what I mean? So yeah, people got stupid again. And then it took us.
And now it's took us over fucking thousands of years to even get this far now. You would think genetically, even though we were stupid, we would catch on a lot faster.
But I think that happened
and we're the
multitude of time.
And we're the top of the food chain.
You know what I mean? But to think about that theory though, you know what I mean?
I mean, it could make sense for the simple fact that, you know, they say, you know, we're dating shit back that we find from millions and millions of years before and after Christ. So I can see it. We've had the time
so what?
to do it.
All right, humans have been on the planet for what, roughly 10, 20,000 years?
I don't
roughly
know.
Somewhere around there.
It depends on it depends on if you look at science or if you look at the Bible or if it's
all right, let's go from a scientific point of view because we're talking science right now. So
right.
It's about 10, 20,000 years, you know, somewhere around there. You know, we've been on the planet. Okay. During those 10 or 20,000 years, we could have advanced, blew ourselves up, advanced, blew ourselves up, advanced, blew ourselves up. You know what I mean? Like, you get what I'm saying? Like,
but correct me if I'm wrong, all right? Now, we did all that. Now, the time we live right now is technically after Christ, is what they call it.
Yeah, technically, yeah.
AC. So,
yeah,
we go through all that shit, and then all of a sudden, poof, here comes fucking Mary and Jesus, and poof, he's all magical, and then we're dumbed down again. It's just a lot of heartache. It's a lot for me to theorized to be like, okay, but why would we keep doing that over and over and over again? What would be because life's a cycle?
I lost you for a second.
Like, why would we do that? That don't make sense to me. This magical character comes in fucking whatever 20,000, 21 years ago, which really ain't that long ago if you're thinking about science saying how long we've been here. But I'm saying, and then all of a sudden after this magical character comes around, poof, we're back to being dumb. That's just a lot. Why would we keep repeating that cycle over and over? Make it to greatness and then fizzle out, and then make it to greatness and fizzle out. Like, other than a life cycle, which would lead me right back to this Matrix shit. It's something.
Where are the Aztecs? Where are the Mayans?
Well, no
Where are they?
shit. We are them.
Where are they?
We are them. That's common sense.
But those civilizations fizzled out. Why?
I don't know. Because the powers to be probably fizzle them out or they fucked themselves, one of the two.
All right, the Mayans had one of the most advanced calendars on the planet.
But that goes back to us being parasitic because all of us, we're doing the same thing right now. We're going extinct, whether you want to fucking believe it or not. Whether we end up killing ourselves off or we do something to the planet that kills ourselves off. But
see, the planet always heals. You know, if we were,
I mean, if you think about science, Mars didn't fucking heal. I mean,
oh well, okay, Mars's core is inoperable. It doesn't spin no more.
Yeah, because we probably fucked it up.
Okay,
theoretically.
So, I mean, theoretically,
right?
But I mean, you get what I'm saying on that, though.
No, I get exactly what you're saying. Remember, like, share, subscribe, share this motherfucker, and get in the comments. We want to know your guys' opinions and such.
Right.
And what? Oh yeah.
No, but
I mean, no, I get what you're saying, but theoretically, that conversation could go on forever and ever in all kinds of directions.
It could, but you know, like I think I seen that theory in a documentary where we advanced so far, and you know, we were a super society. I mean, that's like the Atlantis theory. You know what I mean? That, you know, they were so advanced that they self-destructed. You know what I mean?
Yeah, but then that just that fucking kills the whole idea of evolution and all that shit. So there's an end to evolution then? Theoretically, if you're speaking on it like that, or it's just a vicious cycle.
It's just a vicious cycle.
Kind of like how the galaxy was built. You know, something blows up, the rest expands.
It's all chaos. That's how I'm looking at this. It's all chaos.
Yeah. So
you know what I mean? Like,
yeah. No, because I can go on all night because I have theories I got theories that debunk theories, but they could still be good reasoning to why. That's why I said this conversation can go on forever and ever and ever. And to many different aspects, and you can compare it to a lot of different things. So.
Okay. So Mike says, the Bible in a lot of ways makes sense. I haven't read it all, but I think it was put in form so we could have hope for a better life, you know, after death. I'm probably wrong, just a shot in the dark.
I think, see, I didn't want to even get on this topic. I tried to avoid this every fucking show, but since Mike wants to get his little, what do we call them? What was them platform shoes on his feet and get to marching up in here with that. Damn, see, I gotta watch how I word this. I think religion is control. I think religion is true to an extent, but I think religion is control, and it was made to control people because they leave a lot of stories out of the original Bible and the new Bible that's been rewritten.
Well, it's been rewritten a bunch of times too. So,
and then to top it off, a lot of a lot of the things that they speak of weren't frowned upon, now they're frowned upon nowadays. And then, like things like I don't even know how to fucking say that one, bro, but things that you were not supposed to do if you was a godly person is okay today. And then, preachers and kids, I don't have to even put a thing on that. And I think if there was a God on this earth, I'm not saying there never was a God, but if there was, and theoretically speaking, I don't think there would be, 250,000 different gods. Unless there's like the superior God race, but every story is the same with a certain twist to fit that culture. And then to top it off, I don't know, man. I could go so many different ways with that.
All right. My thing with that is, all right, there's a ton of different religions and they all have the same message.
Right.
Did you get the message?
And it's slightly different, but a lot of it is,
Did you get the message?
no.
That's what it is though. They all have the same message.
But I think
the only key point in there is, did you get the message?
I think it's like he said too, though, it gives people hope. It's to give people hope. But I think that hope is also control. It's kind of brainwashing, in my opinion.
Well, back in the day, that's what it was. It was a control thing.
Right.
You know what I mean?
I'm not saying there was never no higher power, but that higher power might not be what we think.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like, something created us. I'm sure we came from somewhere. So yes, definitely. And then there's other times I think, well, if there was a God, I think of it like as a famous person today, and after that person passes away, he was already popular and famous. They start adding stuff onto the stories, glorifying things and things of that nature. It's human nature.
I feel it. I feel it.
But that's just a theory. I'm not saying it's true.
All right, well let's move on then, because
right.
We're on the we're on the God subject.
Right.
So let's move on to the God subject. Cloning.
Yeah, that's playing God.
That is playing God. If we're going to speak on it from religious terms, that is literally playing God.
So I can rant about these motherfuckers trying to play Jurassic Park now?
Yep.
What's your thoughts on that crazy shit? Because it's really happening.
Yeah, it's really happening. And I just read an article today on that subject.
Remember,
and they're
like, share, subscribe, Graveyard Shift, every Friday at 12 a.m. And we were talking about Jurassic Park right now, because this shit is really going on. If you don't believe us, Google that shit. They trying to have pterodactyls and tyrannosaurus rexes and shit, and we gonna need some big old motherfucking guns and shit. They keep fucking around.
All right, so there are many private science facilities and colleges that are spending millions and billions of dollars on DNA research to bring extinct animals back to life, such as, to name a few, the woolly mammoth, the saber-toothed tiger.
Oh, that's retarded.
The dodo bird.
You know how big that fucking thing is in real life?
It's huge.
Yeah.
It's huge. It's huge. The Tasmanian tiger, which, yeah.
And we got ligers.
Yeah, but those are,
right.
That's our fault.
Right.
They're working on dinosaurs. They're trying to bring those back, from fossilized bone, extracting DNA and
all that crazy shit.
And from what I read on the dinosaur thing, they're trying to take the closest thing they have to dinosaurs right now, which is reptiles, and splice
snakes,
splice it, yeah,
turtles,
lizards and turtles and alligators, and
fun fact,
whatever they have close.
I know it's off subject, but do you think turtles live so many years because they move really slow and save their energy?
Yes, that is exactly why.
Okay.
They are not the oldest thing on the planet, though.
Well, no, aren't like crocodiles or alligators or whales or...
You want to know what
I know there's
there there are
turtles that are like 400 or 500, 600 years old.
there are two species on this planet that they classify as immortal,
What,
which never die.
like been through everything?
Yeah,
What's that?
that is the jellyfish and the lobster.
I fuck that jellyfish shit.
But though those are considered immortal creatures.
Hey, but on a side note, I'm gonna keep it 100. If you got stung by a jellyfish, I'd piss on you. I R. Kelly the fuck out
Oh
your
man,
ass.
you stupid.
But just remember, I'm doing it all for you.
Oh, it's all out of love.
Right, right. I'm
I
trying
got
to
you.
help you.
I got you, fam.
Right.
You stupid. Yeah, but back on course here. You know what I mean? Like, and there's a lot of things that live a long, long time, and certain fish species live hundreds of years. Blue whales live to be 150.
Yeah.
150 to 200
But
years
I know
old.
turtles can be like 400 or 600 years old, some shit. Like,
The oldest turtle was what, 220 years old, I think.
that's a long motherfucking time.
Yeah, that's a long time. We went from, it was born in 18 something and lived to 19.
But that's what they got on
something
record.
or other. You know what I mean? Like, yeah, that's what they have.
And like we was talking about earlier, we still don't know 90% of the oceans.
Right.
So
you know what I mean? So I don't know, but the cloning thing,
they made a law saying you can't clone humans back. When was that?
2004.
Yeah. So evidently
2004.
that leads me that they have cloned some people and it didn't go right.
That's what I'm
But they
thinking.
can already break down the DNA chain enough to where you can clone an ear, you can clone a nose, body parts on animals and shit of that nature.
Which is scary because you broke down the genetic code that far that you can build specific pieces.
Yeah, it's fucking strange, bro.
That's a scary thought right there. You know what I mean? So that makes me think that you have broken down a human to the bare molecules, and you.
So you think Gucci Man and some of them are really clones? Because a lot of them cats look totally fucking different now.
They might be.
I can agree with that.
They might be.
They might be. I agree with that.
Because I can't get a definitive, because Gucci looks real different.
Real different.
I mean, you could tell the facial features.
But there's other characters too I won't mention just because it'll bring up, fucked up subjects.
Right. But you can see the similarities in his facial structure, but as far as.
But cloning might not be perfect, so
Or it might be too perfect.
It could be really good.
I mean, you see what I'm saying? Like, Gucci came out.
Yeah, there's theories that
Gucci
they're saying
out
all the politics.
Physically fit, didn't have his pot belly, you know what I mean? Like,
yeah.
he came out a different person, you know what I mean? Like, completely different person. Or is that just hard work and dedication?
Could be. It could be.
You know what I mean? Like, there's levels to this, man. But but back to the cloning of specific body parts, that is
weird,
problematic.
Because now you're breaking down human DNA to where you can pull an ear out of that strand of DNA, or you could pull a nose. So if you're looking at it ladder wise, if you know your DNA charts,
double helix.
Right. You're fucking pulling out specific areas, which leads me to believe you can create whatever type of person with what. Well, think of it this way. A lot of rich people, when they get pregnant, or they can get injected and get pregnant, and they can order a blue-eyed, blonde-haired baby before they get pregnant. And know that's what they're going to have. Yeah. That's fucking
the designer babies.
Yeah, that's fucking crazy, bro.
That's what that boils down to, designer babies.
Yeah, that's wild to me. Like, what the fuck are we doing? Now we're playing God?
Yeah, that's exactly what we're doing. We have advanced technology that far to where, we have broken down and cracked the code.
So, are we about to self-destruct as your theory goes?
Uh, I can't give a definitive answer on that, but yeah, I think that's where we're heading. If stuff keeps going the way it's going, yeah, that's where we're heading.
So, ah, la 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 boom. I could dig it. I could dig
I mean,
it.
do you get where I'm coming from though? Like,
I kind of look at
we're
a civilization like maybe, but the only thing that confuses me, maybe the reason we only use 10% of our brain is because we are still evolving. The only thing that contradicts that is we're already the top of the food chain. So, but what I was saying is I look at like we're evolutionalizing, if that makes sense. Okay, put it this way. If I could put a time frame on it, we got from now, or we'll say AC day one until roughly 20,000 years if you go by scientific, because 20 years, 20,000 years into the past, whatever they call as far back as we go, then that would mean, by your theory, if this is where it started again and it's 2021, we still got like another 18,000 years to progress before we fizzle out. And by then, we might be using the full potential of our brain. Maybe we just haven't unlocked certain things.
and we boom ourselves again.
Right.
and that's basically
You're just on this. We go ah la la la. We pop like a star.
Yeah.
Once we get so bright.
Yeah.
It would make sense. Everything else in the universe does.
You know what I mean? I mean, we are, like you said, destructive by nature.
Yeah, we're parasitic.
Yeah, we are definitely parasitic.
We don't even fit the evolution of this planet, not one key piece.
And I think
we're foreign.
We advance, and destroy,
and fuck shit up,
burn out.
Yeah, and jump planet to planet. I could see that.
Then the next generation comes, or the next batch of.
Maybe that's why there's always been a fight for space, because they know something that we don't, like what we're talking about, that we eventually fizzle out, and then there's only so many of us that can hop on board whatever to go to another planet and start new. So maybe we didn't burn up every planet in our motherfucking system, and we're
so the Egyptians and the Romans and the Mayans and Aztecs,
right,
all fizzled and jump ship.
Right, now we're in. That's why space is so fascinating, and we're running out there because we're looking for a new planet, because we know it's about to happen again, and only so many people can go, or some shit like that.
I buy it for $1.
It's a good theory.
It is a good theory, and it's.
Nah, they bring back dinosaurs, I'm getting me a couple of them motherfuckers, because they're gonna be new again. Even though genetically they're probably still fucked up, but I'm gonna try to train one. I ain't gonna lie. And if I can get a flying one, oh, it's on.
See, all right, here's my.
We gotta give T-Rex some bigger arms though, cause man.
Here's my problem with the dinosaurs and bringing them back. When the dinosaurs roamed the earth, our atmosphere was extremely oxygen rich.
Well, yeah, they're a lot bigger, and there was a lot more plants.
Yeah. And
their dookie, as funny as it sounds, probably fertilized a lot of nature.
And all right, fair enough, but our atmosphere has thinned out over those millions of years, and they wouldn't survive. Or they wouldn't survive, or they would not be as big as they were then, because the planet is not hospitable enough for them.
I disagree with that.
Why?
Because a lot of animals, from preference, like say, I think a lot of it would be the area. I'm sure we got random islands like Jurassic Park. I think a lot of movies are insults to our face of what to come. As you said, Star Wars and things of that nature.
Right.
That have actually happened. So I think if you have an island, just like if you keep a reptile, for instance, let's just do something simple like an iguana.
Okay.
The smaller the enclosure he's in, the smaller he stays. the bigger room he's got, the bigger he gets.
Yeah, but iguanas aren't grown to T-Rex Godzilla size, man. You know what I mean? Like,
Okay, but like
all right.
Nile monitors
What?
and shit get like fucking 6, 8 foot long, big as fuck. Look at the
Okay, I
anacondas
mean,
and shit like that.
yeah, I feel you on
And
that,
they're
but
open.
there's wild iguanas, and they're not that big.
Well, that ain't my point. You was getting what I was saying though.
No, I get what you're saying, man. I do.
Anacondas get so big and so old because of all that nature, all that air, all that land, all that plant life.
Okay.
The whole
So
forest is their fucking.
So you're saying they're gonna do it like Jurassic Park and just be on some random okey doke island and
Thinking
growing dinosaurs.
I'm thinking they're gonna keep them in there and they're gonna break out and we're gonna have to fucking hurry up and DNA fucking Donkey Kong and King Kong and we're gonna have to have them go bang it out with Godzilla and them.
So that's how we do it. Oh man.
Because that's what they're gonna do. They're gonna bring Godzilla and Jurassic Park and raptors and like I said, I'm gonna have to give me a couple of them motherfuckers like the Stone Age because I ain't gonna be left out.
You were on trash tonight.
I'll learn how to fly a dragon. Don't give me a fucking dragon. I've always wanted a dragon. Give me a Velociraptor or something. Oh, it's fucking on. I'm fucking cats up.
Yeah, Mike says iguanas can get up to like 8 feet long.
Yeah.
From head to tail, yeah.
And them tails will fuck you up.
Oh yeah.
But just think about some crocodiles get fucking huge, and then if you think about space wise on that scientific shit, like whales in the ocean are some of the biggest animals, but it's because they got all that fucking room and all that oxygen and all that, you know what I mean?
I feel it.
The sun, all that shit, it's like we're a fucking plant. Everything's like a fucking plant.
I just don't think the dinosaurs would make it. I don't.
I don't know.
And that's just my personal.
Bro, they already.
I think some of them.
They clone and process chicken farms and shit, like chickens with no heads by the thousands.
Are they?
Yeah, that's been proven. You can go look that shit up, bro. Half the food you get from like McDonald's chicken and all that, that was a headless chicken.
All right, I buy it.
It's all processed shit, steroids.
Well, I don't eat McDonald's, so
you can get past the dog with some food. You ain't getting by a fucking raptor. This fucking cat. He's over there in Jurassic Park still trying to survive.
Yeah. I think some of them would survive if we brought them back.
Well, there was a lot of little ones too.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. A lot of the smaller ones would survive. The big boys, I don't think they'd make it.
I don't know, bro. I think it depends on where the fuck you're at. And I don't know. Because like I said, I think it would happen. I think it's gonna happen, put it that way. I'm not saying like Jurassic Park's gonna happen anytime soon, but I think they're gonna fuck around and create something they shouldn't create.
All right, well, the closest thing...
What about the story of the AI robots that they fucking made that supposedly broke out the lab overseas? And then they said it was a hoax, but at first it was they broke out, killed a bunch of people in the lab, all that shit. And then they said, no, we were just joking.
That don't sound like a joke.
No.
That don't sound like a joke at all.
No, but them motherfuckers over there are smart. Them Chinese and Japanese motherfuckers, when it comes to technology... Like, I'm not even stereotyping. They be on some crazy shit.
Right. Yeah, but no. See, once that happens, that's a wraps.
Oh yeah, AI will fuck us up. They're already taking over, but we already had that show.
That's a straight wraps right there, man. Like I can't get down with that. I can't get down with that.
I gotta roll something. He said he gonna operate a Stegosaurus like Fred Flintstone.
I'm done with him. I am done with him.
Hey, but did you also see the other thing where they said, how do I put it? they said they recanted. Some scientists are up at war now, and they're in arms that how the fuck did they say it? Let me think about this real quick. They're saying it was possible that humans lived at the time of dinosaurs. Sometimes scientists are thinking to believe now because they're saying they found human remains at the same time as the dinosaurs, put it that way. Just like they found a new layer to the earth, supposedly, too.
Yeah, I'll buy that one. I'll buy that one. But
how did we overcome them big motherfuckers? Or were we them 10-foot giants? So we had a little bit of play like, you know, human and dog, but they would have still been so bigger than us.
Yeah, they would have been massive, even if, you know, there was the giant factor to it.
Right.
Like
it's a fucked up thought.
It is. All right. Well, okay. Here's the thing. You know, the saber-toothed tiger and the woolly mammoth were, you know, roaming around when the pyramids were being built.
See, I have issues with those too.
What, woolly mammoths?
The saber-toothed tiger I can see roaming around. I mean, he was lightweight, big, but if you look through like old inscriptions and shit, and like you mentioned the pyramids and shit, you'll see like references to them and shit like that. But what I'm saying is I can see a cat because we have cats today, big cats. You know what I mean?
Okay, but
so I can see that roaming around. A woolly mammoth, I can see that too because who's this?
We have elephants.
Right, and that is my point, but this is what I'm getting at. Who's to say the woolly mammoth really died and it didn't just get dumbed down like we did and it turned into an elephant, even though elephants are really smart if we get into that aspect of tracking for fucking...
And they are.
They can track you for like 1,000 miles and smell you 1,000 miles away and things of that nature. But
I mean, like that's...
No, I think there's certain animals out there that I think are descendants from animals that we call extinct or animals that are dinosaurs. Or,
so they evolved?
Or they devolved, however the fuck you want to put it.
All right, so we're going to hit the de-evolution route.
Because wouldn't you think them motherfuckers would... I mean, either they had to go or we had to go because they was going to eat us.
Well, all right, fair enough.
Just like another theory that fucks me up in my head if we're going to get on this animal subjects and things of that nature. How the fuck is there enough bugs in the world to eat all of us like 1,000,000 times over, but somehow we hold them at bay?
Because we are the top of the food chain and the top of the...
But if they all came together, they could eat us, they said. All of us. 1,000,000 times over.
Easily.
So how the fuck does that make sense?
There are more insects on this planet than there are people.
Like,
yes, they could easily overtake us.
So what?
But they're not organized enough.
I don't know. Some of them motherfuckers are, bro.
All right. We're gonna get into an evolution topic here.
Right.
You wanna talk about de-evolving?
Yeah.
We took the wolf and de-evolved it to the chihuahua.
Well, yeah, but we got domesticated wolves, foxes, all that shit now.
We do, but
so we turned the
chihuahua still.
We turned
the chihuahua still has wolf DNA in it.
We pretty much took a bear and a fucking chow and made a Russian guard dog.
I mean, that's de-evolution right there. Or is it
hybrid?
I don't know. Like, what is that?
I guess that's another form of cloning or playing God to an extent. Or are you procreating? I don't even know what the fuck you would label that.
Yeah, neither do I. But I mean, it's weird. You know what I mean? You took a vicious, killing machine and turned it into a little itty bitty dog.
Arctic wolf. I want an Arctic wolf so bad, bro.
Elephants are the shit. Yes, elephants are the shit.
They are. They're very smart. Elephants can paint all kinds of shit.
And they're very social and
they're intellectual.
They miss loved ones.
Yeah.
They miss loved ones.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And
they'll mourn forever.
Yeah. And Dolphins are the same way.
People can learn a lot from elephants, man. Fuck dolphins, because they will rape you. So don't act like they're all sweet and shit.
No, I'm not saying they're all sweet.
They are
innocent.
very
Yeah,
smart, though.
And they are rapey.
Yeah, they're really rapey. People are like, ooh, dolphins. No, get in the water with one of them motherfuckers.
And they do it on purpose.
Yeah, they're vindictive. They're weird as fuck. But
all right.
They're very smart, though. But I get it. They're like, come in my territory again. Now, fuck you.
I'm going to talk about the dolphin society here, because dolphins are doing some
evolutionary
kind of crazy stuff now.
Shit. Yeah.
No, yeah, they're doing some crazy stuff.
Yeah, I know.
They're getting high off of pufferfish.
Yeah. They're partying. They're having raves.
They're literally passing this pufferfish around, getting high off of it.
Yeah, they're having raves. Why does that surprise you, though? Like, because we get high off of different shit. So why is that a surprise to you, knowing dolphins are dolphins? Dolphins like to, well, just think about sharks. Like the great white shark, they like to play with their food and toss it around to each other.
Yeah, but that's different. These dolphins are getting high just to get high because they like it.
Come on, bro. All right, you've seen movies where animals, we make characters out of them and they talk. Now think,
right.
If you can profile a fucking dolphin as a character of a person, just think about it. So why wouldn't a dolphin be getting high? He's out there raping people, doing backflips out of the water and shit. This cat's already fucking sprung. He's already living a wild life. He don't give a fuck. He was like, yeah, let's get high. They probably up there talking about, I did 2 flips. Yeah, I just did 3. Like
it's a wild concept.
What kind of animal? That's a wild animal, and I don't say wild like it's a wild animal out in the wild, but I mean like human wise, that's a wild character. This motherfucker doing flips out of the water, raping people, like he's all over the place. He don't give a fuck. Like. So,
dolphin rape. That is.
Yeah, like, people don't talk about that. They,
But no, it's a true thing.
Yeah.
It's a true thing, and that's kind of that's scary, man. Like,
I could be one of them people on the boats, and they're all like, "Oh, look at the dolphins," and in my head, I'm like, "Yeah, till that motherfucker get to getting it and rape your ass."
I think that they are as smart as we are.
They probably are.
Dolphin brains are huge.
Don't give Flipper a bad name like that. He was a good dolphin. Mike D.
Was he?
Mike D said,
was he though?
He said, so you telling me Flipper was raping all them people on that show? He might have been. He might have been.
I wouldn't put it past them. They're conniving.
Flipper was the Michael Jackson. No.
I mean, they're conniving, man. Like straight up.
Yeah.
And
they'll play games. They know how to hit buttons for food. They know how to hit buttons to talk.
I'm not talking about your SeaWorld dolphins. I'm talking about the dolphins out in the wild.
Yeah.
All right.
They didn't survive this long for no reason out there with all them predators.
They're out there ganging up and bullying other dolphins.
They got gangs. They gang banging, bro.
Like I was watching this documentary, and this little dolphin.
Have you seen them niggas beat up a seal on a piece of ice?
Yep.
And flip them from side to side till they knock them off.
Well, you're talking orcas, but I mean they.
Well, no, they do that too, but orcas play with them.
Yeah, but thing is, they bully other animals. They straight up bully other animals.
Well, them motherfuckers should have stayed on the west side of the ocean, and they didn't want that smoke. They wouldn't have had that problem.
You know what I mean? That's.
It ain't no different than human life. Almost every animal, every animal, mammal, whatever you want to fucking call it, has the same survival. Something eats something, and we all need sunlight, water, air, and blase, blase. So I don't know why people get so surprised when animals have the same behaviors or thinking as us.
Because they're animals.
So they've been labeled animals.
they've been labeled animals, yes.
He said he was
But-
not so rapey. He was party boy flipper.
All right, but
Echo was alright.
Echo was a video game.
Well, he wasn't raping nobody, but I think he did fuck with some pufferfish. Now that I think about it.
You know what I mean? Like that's kind of crazy though. You know what I mean? But you know what's really, really odd to me? How smart octopuses are.
Well, yeah, if you want to really talk about something along them lines, like an octopus is smart, but if you really want to think something fucked up, what about these motherfucking giant squid trying to communicate with humans?
What?
Yeah, you ain't been seeing that shit?
No.
Like Morse coding, because you know how they be real deep in the ocean where it's dark and they can illuminate and shit.
Yeah.
These motherfuckers is like flashing Morse codes, they're saying, and they're like communicating, and it's like, you know, scientists are trying to figure out what exactly they're meaning by it and things like that. And then they're like taking off back to the bottom of the ocean where we can't get. Like they're coming up to the cameras, bro, like pretty much waving at the cameras and then
Well, yeah, they're extremely smart.
right. So it's like,
But see, that's the octopus too. The octopus is extremely smart.
right.
You know, and like it's smart to the point where, you know, it's hard for aquariums to keep them in the tank because they're breaking out and, you know, walking down the hallway. Like, all right, let me see what's over here.
You rolling with the octopus or the giant squid?
What?
I'm gangbanging, dog. What side you taking? I'm on the west side with the giant squid.
Yeah, I'm sticking with the octopus, man, because the
Whatever. You might be able to outsmart us, but we gonna beat that ass.
fair enough.
So you
Fair enough. But all right, these are more vindictive animals. All right, octopus just be punching fish just to punch fish.
yeah. Well, no, they're always mad.
Is that what it
They're
is?
violent. You ever look at octopus? That cat always mean mugging. He's always like, the fuck you looking at? Like he think his shit don't
Like,
stink.
Like they were,
And they
I don't know,
have
some
to be.
scuba divers-
I mean, octopus have to be smart, bro. You see how big his fucking brain is? And don't they got like 2 hearts or something?
Yep.
Yeah.
But look, if you take one octopus and, you know, put a fish in a jar with the lid on,
He gonna beat that ass.
no, he's gonna learn how to unscrew that jar
Oh
and get to the
yeah.
fish. But then you put another octopus in there with him, he's gonna teach that octopus, hey, look, you unscrew the jar, you get in there, get the fish.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like he's gonna relay that message to him. You know what I mean? Like they're smart creatures.
Well, no, but I don't know. Like once again, I don't know why that's surprising. It's the same shit we do. Just because he's in the water that we know nothing about.
Because society deems them not on our level.
Well, they're probably not on our level on land or the way we communicate, but they might be on their level, you know, their level of smartness for what they're in, their environment and things of that nature.
Right. You know,
like, do you
all
think
right.
there was, I believe, because they've caught a few and they found, I think, a few corpses, correct me if I'm wrong, but like, say, Moby Dick stories in a giant octopus or squid, I think that existed. I think it still exists to this day, possibly.
what, where they found giant squid in, you know, wells?
Yeah, and things like
Yeah.
that.
Yeah, definitely.
Like,
Definitely. You know, I want to go back to the dolphins for a second
I
here.
hate them fucking rapist bastards.
Yeah, I get that, but they have an advanced language. You know what I mean?
Yeah, and they have echo technology.
You know, and their language is just as advanced as ours is, and they can communicate with everybody in their pod, and
they know who's who.
and who's who, and they have names.
Mm-hmm.
They have names that they have given themselves.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? And
they the only
if
ones
they,
that thinks it's all right to rape humans, fam. Every other animal just kills us. They're like, let's fucking traumatize them for life. Let them know they got raped by the cute little fishy.
they've caught on.
Exactly.
They've caught on. You get what I'm saying? Like, they're like, all right, these humans keep fucking with us. Let's
rape
them.
them.
Let's show them what it is.
Let's show them.
You know what I mean?
Let's take their manhood.
That's
fucked
funny.
up, bro.
And they plot this out.
Yeah, and they don't even try to kill you, bro. They just hurry up, finesse you, and rape you.
They're like, oh yeah, look at me, I'm cute.
Yeah. If I ever get fucked by a flipper, bro, oh man, would you tell anybody?
No, that's a traumatic experience. I'm not saying nothing to nobody. That's why I don't swim in the ocean, man.
I wouldn't either.
That's why I ain't swimming with the dolphins at SeaWorld. That's why I ain't doing none of it.
All right, look, I'm gonna tell you the truth. When they start using the condoms we throw in the ocean, then we got to be worried.
They probably do. But, you know,
what if you got raped by a dolphin, but the twist was you had an STD, now the dolphin has an STD.
That's fucked up.
And he's spreading it around. Like, yeah, gave that little fucker herpes, he won't rape another human.
Now that's really messed up. But I mean,
especially when you got blisters and sores on your dick in salt water.
Here's my thing: they're thinking on another level. You feel what I'm saying?
Right.
Cognitively, they are thinking on another level.
So hopefully they,
you know, and that's the level we think on.
Yeah, but that don't surprise me.
Like straight up, there's criminal dolphins, you know what I mean, that just go and terrorize other.
And they have mobs.
Other smaller, weaker dolphins.
And they have mobs, yeah, and they have positions and ranks.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know this.
Like that's organization.
It's organized crime. I told you they was thugging. If the motherfuckers would have stayed over on the east side and didn't come over to the west side, they wouldn't have got that smoke. It's the same analogy as like us humans. The motherfuckers like, you better get your act right, motherfucker. And they clash because, you know, they egotistical. And they throwing up they echoing gang signs across the way to each other. And
I got a question for you, man.
And then when they get to jump, you know how we jump people in the set? That's probably why humans get raped. They like, go rape that human, you be part of our set. And nigga like, I got 3 bodies on me. I got 3 humans.
That's just scary stuff. But all right, look, I got a question that I'm gonna propose to you, man. All right, they passing around this pufferfish. They got pufferfish dealers.
Pufferfish dealers. You know, that's a good question.
You feel what I'm saying? Like,
who's dealing the pufferfish though? The other dolphin?
Yeah.
So like the head dolphin or whoever catch the pufferfish.
They corral those pufferfish.
All right, so then they're not dealers. They're doing rest in peace to DMX, but they're doing they got rid of the dealer. They're going straight to the source and just robbing the motherfucker.
You know what I mean? That's what they're doing. They're corralling pufferfish.
If you think about it, bro, dolphins are stick-up kids. If you want to base it on the hood and drugs. They're just running around mobbing, sticking people up, taking what they want.
That's just funny though, man. I don't care what you say.
It's true, can't tell me though. Like, it's science proven, you know. This is shit they're really doing.
What are we talking about?
Shit that most people can't even fathom. I bet you some people go look this shit up and they're like, wow, these cats are being serious. This shit really happens.
Yeah, the dolphins is raping people, man. Yeah. Like, they're raping.
And getting high. This is my question. If I have one question that I would want to answer to out of that whole situation with dolphins, I want to know. Well, there's probably two questions, but my first question would be, do dolphins go into like rehab and like try not to relapse, and do they have addiction once they start getting high off these puffer fish? And
You know, that's the thing. I think they get kicked out the pod.
for getting high.
Yeah,
Right, all right.
because it's not in the norm of the
Now,
pod.
this is my second and most important question, just because I think all the way about the situation. Flipper was from the Lou Cheese family. This motherfucker on that mafia shit. But this would
Oh
be
my
my
God.
second and most important question, though. Do you think that most rapes by dolphins that happen, that it was because the dolphin was high?
No,
No?
I think that that's just premeditated
Well,
evilness.
yeah, because they do kind of plot on it.
Yeah,
It is premeditated. That's been
that
proven.
it's premeditated. They know what they're gonna do.
We're giving Flipper such a bad fucking name.
Flipper gave himself a bad name.
That's kind of where we learned, but we learn a lot of things from animals, even weird ones and fucked up ones too, because that's kind of where we learned eco technology between bats and dolphins and things of that nature. Whales.
We learned a lot from nature. Like our B-2 bomber is based off a Falcon. You know what I mean? Like
And God
just
said,
that
give all
design.
the herbs and spices. Oh, I'm sorry.
I'm done with you. You're on trash.
No, I'm not on trash.
You are on trash.
Oh yeah, what was we talking about? We got way off of cloning. What was the other subject we was gonna speak on?
Philosophy versus reality, which we've been talking about this whole time.
Kinda in a way, but we was talking about cloning and we was on some raptors, and then we got on a sidekick about dolphins being the grappiest and but very smart with it. And yeah, we was all over the place. But a lot of philosophy has turned into reality.
Speak on it.
A lot of inventions by like Da Vinci and things of that nature have come true nowadays. A lot of them are still coming true, and a lot of his patents are becoming real. Even though they were theoretically speaking, it was a philosophy, it was a thought.
Right.
But I think that depends too on the knowledge if you're in that area, like kind of like the science and the fiction. If you want something to work eventually, like if you worked on it your whole lifetime, you might not get it to work, but you might progress towards it and then pass that down to the next person. But I think eventually anything is possible. Just like a
You
lot of
know,
Einstein's theories has come true. I mean, he's had a few that kind of they're trying to revoke now, but I mean, like a lot of theories that
like
people
his black
take.
hole theory.
Yeah,
Yeah, we just
a lot of people's theories that people label gibberish actually come true, but sometimes it might be 100 years later, a couple 100 years later,
well, you were speaking on Da Vinci. Da Vinci invented the helicopter,
among other things.
among other things. But I mean,
Electricity, turbines, almost
uh,
everything we use to this
a
day.
tank.
Yeah,
He invented a tank, and
I think almost
you
every one
know,
of his inventions that have been what I would call unlocked have been put to use.
yeah, I mean that's like Nikolai Tesla. You know,
He got robbed a
he invented
lot
he invented a lot of stuff. You know what I mean,
that we
and
use today. Yeah,
that we use today. You know,
and
and
we're still making shit off of him too.
yeah. So that brings me to the theory here. There are no new ideas.
Yes, there
We're
is.
just
I think
we're
there's a lot
just
of new ideas, but the government takes them in the countries that they're made now. And most ideas, once they might start off as something little, but they get took over by scientists because, not everybody in this world's rich
right.
that they can pursue that. So they either sell out or the government takes it.
I feel it. You know what I mean? That's
They want
but it's
control.
not
We don't need to progress no more, if that makes sense. They want control of the people that are left.
if we progress anymore, we're gonna go boom.
Okay, Mr. Quantum fucking Physics with the whole fucking Death Star and we blow up and start a new fucking universe. Okay, I get all that, but that wasn't my point.
But I mean, that is the point.
That's how all the stars in the universe was created. The big boom. I get it.
I'm just saying.
But even if I do get all that shit, it still don't make no fucking sense to what's going on. So
we're gonna self-destruct. That's all I'm saying, and that's a philosophy. It's human nature.
Boom.
It's human nature to self-destruct.
But I can't say all of us, because evidently, if we've been planet hopping, some of us have to survive, unless we're created by something else and they got more of us and they can make us. Which would kind of make sense if you think about it like an oxymoron, because we're cloning shit now. So why couldn't we start over? We might be clones.
We might be.
That sucks.
Clones of clones of clones.
They could have helped me out better,
I'm just saying, man, like,
that's possible.
They can make the clone, but they can't control what the clone does. Like if you clone a whole human, you know what I mean? You can't control what that human's mind's gonna do. Unless we got that slick with it, and listen to me. Unless we got that slick with it, that we can implant, messages into that cloned human's brain.
But if we're in the Matrix, that defeats all the purpose, and they're already doing it. Which I guess we would be in a virtual world. But what I'm saying, now listen to me real quick.
This world sucks.
This is where I disagree with you on that. You wouldn't have to implant shit. It'd be no different than making a blue-haired, blonde-eyed baby. It'd be no different than taking a piece of DNA and growing, an ear on the back of a rat or something, like skin grafts, things of that nature.
Right.
Why couldn't you erase that control aspect and re-put in a control aspect? But that could have been where the law for cloning people came up, because once you change that genetic code, something goes wrong, or it's not exactly, or it don't come back as a human anymore, because you broke that one piece of genetic code and tried to replace it with something else. But I guess at the end of the day, the reason I said I disagree, because I would think if they could take out one piece of DNA and make that body part or things of that nature, then that's probably what they tried to do when it was cloning, putting certain specifics in there to control a human, because that would be the ultimate weapon and disposable. But then it'd be like, clone lives matter, and they'd be rights. They got feelings too, but not if they had their feelings took out. If that makes sense, but you get what I'm saying.
That makes perfect sense. Right. That makes perfect sense, because that's exactly what I was speaking on. If like you said, if you clone a human and you take certain aspects of that, or you're putting certain aspects into it, subliminally or subconsciously, or whatever,
right? Or you put a programmed state of mind. I mean, if we got that far, then we would already be able to program a human to the way we want it. And it's not to say they haven't figured it out, because we like, some celebrities we think look different now. Some people say the president ain't the same, and things of that nature. But I think either we've already did it and that's why the law was made, but I think as humans, if we already did it, somebody would have built an army of them motherfuckers and tried to take over the world. But it's either we already did it and that's why they made a law for it, or once you break any part of that genetic code, like I said, whatever you're cloning doesn't come back looking like a human, or it's mutated, or things of that nature. You know what I'm saying?
No, see, I don't buy that one. If we're down to specifics and we've broken the code,
yeah, but if you break everything down genetically, well, okay, I guess if you break everything down genetically, it has its own code. Once you switch that code, it's not that thing no more. But unless you was to be able to break it down to genetically, but then beyond genetically to where you can keep all the aspects of, like,
you're not taking out, you're putting in.
Right, but the control aspect you would have to take out.
Yeah.
Or you would have feelings, you would have emotions, you would have thinking on your own. You got to program somehow, which would bring me back to the Matrix shit.
All right. Mike says, but if clones do not have feelings, they would not know right from wrong. That's the point.
That's the point of them being the ultimate weapon and disposable. But then we're probably getting on like Terminator shit, bro. But that's AI, so
That
clone versus AI. That'd be one hell of a never-ending disposable war.
Yeah, I mean, I think the AI would win out because it can mass produce quicker than
the clones.
Than genetic cloning.
Right. Especially if it takes us like we grow now and we're babies for years and all of that.
And unless they could speed up the growth process,
right.
But that sounds like a defect waiting to happen. That sounds like mad mutation.
All right, put it this way. If you can take something out of the genetic code, I think you can break it down past genetics and you can keep the parts of the code that, we still have this vessel, this body, we still have the same motor skills, we still have all that. Now, if you can break it down and pull that deep into the genetic code, I would say we can control a person, a clone. But for some reason, I feel as if you can't dig that deep to where you're going shape, size, height, weight, and all that to an extent. So I would think if you break any...
Why? You can make a blue-eyed, blonde-haired baby.
Yeah, but I think if you break... Them are just traits. Them are parts of the code they have actually pinpointed and found that control them colors or traits.
How do you know they haven't broke the whole thing down?
I'm not saying that. That's why I said either we've already done it, or
I think we've already done it.
Or they made that law because we done it, and like I said, when you take part of the code out or fuck with it, it mutates what we actually become. Like we might not be shaped the same. We might not look like a human no more. Things of that nature.
Man, we don't know what's going on in these research labs, and they might have mutant humans in there, and failed experiments, and we just don't know.
We went all sci-fi. Crazy, but it's not really sci-fi either because a lot of it's come true. So,
and everything kind of tied in together and melded into one big subject.
I like one or two things. I think anything playing what we would label God, like Jurassic Park, is a bad idea. Like bringing something back that's extinct, I think that's a bad idea.
Yeah,
just like I think
what's the benefit of it?
Right, just like I think trying other than for weapon, something to destroy us.
But yeah, and that's what I'm saying. Like, what's the benefit of it?
And other than that, like when it comes to like cloning humans, I think that's a dummy move too, because eventually, even I could see, there's many things, human harvesting for organs, like you could do a lot of shit, have your own clone just sitting by for body parts and shit.
See that's horrible.
Right. Because
that's horrible.
You don't know if that clone's feeling, thinking, things of that nature.
Yeah, I couldn't do it. That's horrible. I mean, but yeah, medically it'd be a good thing medically, but
we're not. So
it's still,
it could be like you said.
It's inhumane. Inhumane.
We're too smart already, though, like you said, because at the end of the day, as fucked up as it sounds, we all have to live and we all have to die, or we would overpopulate this fucker so quick.
All right, check this out, man. Look at the past 40 years and look at the technological advances we made in a 40-year time span.
Yeah, but then look at it on top of this. Even though it took us 40 years to get that far, technology is tripling up now. So that 40-year span we just did, in the next 40 years, it's going to be like 80 years of the last 40, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
Because we're speeding up learning things quicker and quicker and quicker, because of technology that we have already advanced to.
That's scary how fast we...
And that's from Professor Dusty and Dirt.
And that we're laying knowledge on.
Right.
We're going to get some scientists in here. They're going to be like,
shut the fuck up.
You guys are crazy.
Right. Fuck your theories. But... No, it's true though. It's crazy.
You know, I
But you
mean
can see
that's
that in products, like going from the home phone to the cordless wireless phone to the pager to the
oh
cell
man, I
phone.
thought I was shit when we got a wireless phone,
Right. And
man.
then to the cell phone and now to, streaming and things of that nature.
You know, that's a lot of leaps and bounds in a short time
Well, just
frame.
think about it this way. It might have took 40 years to get to that, to like you said, but a lot of kids or younger cats wouldn't even know in the last 10 to 15 years, some of this technology is brand new. It happened that quick.
Yeah, yeah,
Like,
and that's mind boggling.
yeah.
You know,
And we
and
used to be like, what if this happened? And it happened. It's a
it's still science fiction to me, man.
it's a pre-warning to the Matrix. Just like
Like
think
it's
about the Simpsons and how they've been right on everything before it happened. It's like
my man, it's time traveling.
I think they put shit right in front of our face and all the brainwashing shows, and we're like, hee hee hee. And then, like, 10 years later, we're like, what the fuck? But now we got internet, so more people can theorize together and add this shit up.
Right. It's a lot of conspiracy theory. A lot of conspiracy
I don't
theory.
like that conspiracy word because it's to try to make people look crazy, and a lot of conspiracies end up being true. It's like a word to cover shit up. They
Show me the aliens.
they should have called it cover up or Surrey or something.
Let us into Area 51. Let me see the aliens.
I think Area 51's a fucking goddamn distraction.
All right, then what are they distracting
But
us
they
from?
said there's more underground to Area 51. Supposedly
I
there's
know.
levels to that shit.
I know. So what are they hiding?
I don't know.
I want to see.
But if that's it, then there's got to be superpowers at war with each other on this planet alone, because then that would contradict if they got Area 51 doing that, then they got them fucking, vaults up in the mountain with everything duplicated, one of each in case something happens.
They got a couple of those.
Yeah. And there's
They got
one in
under
Alaska.
they got one under a salt mine. Fuck, I can't remember where it is.
And they got one up in Alaska.
Everything on the planet.
Yeah.
Like all the seeds, and then there's one in Sweden, I think, and it has everything that we need to
Start over.
regrow and repopulate
Right.
everything. Yeah.
Right.
What are they hiding?
I don't know. Just like I said, just like we don't go after the oceans, but we go off of this planet and we don't even know this whole planet yet. Something's
If you
not
go
right.
within 10 miles of Area 51, they threatening to shoot you. What are you hiding?
We should do a song about it and we'll drive right up to it while we doing the video. And then we'll edit that bitch.
Yep.
We'll have a dope
We're
video.
getting shot. We're getting shot.
I know all
You
that.
see what you
Look, I know
you see
all
what
you
happened to the
pussies.
area?
I know all you pussies didn't bum rush Area 51 like y'all said y'all was gonna do though.
Yeah, I was just getting ready to talk about that.
They got
talking,
scared. Yeah, they was talking all that shit, but they wasn't trying to see the laser beams and all that shit and get chopped up.
You know, what are they hiding?
I bet you
What is
that bitch probably surrounded by so many sensors and landmines and laser booby traps and little goony shit, and you probably won't even.
You know what I hate is when they show you in the movies. They be driving straight up to Area 51.
Oh yeah, you ain't doing that shit.
No, you ain't doing that.
No, you can't even see it on Google Maps. None of that shit.
What are they hiding? What are they hiding? It's not an Air Force base. You fly an alien technology out of there.
I mean, but there's been people on their deathbeds that said shit about that, saying how they've had aliens imprisoned and things of that nature, and aliens was telling them shit and whoop-de-whoop. But look at all them files that was released too that I sent you. There's reading there for years that they had closed up. Why'd they have them closed up? A lot of it sounds science fiction, but why they keep it a secret and won't let us have them then?
I think a lot of our technology comes out of Area 51.
It probably does. Or under the ocean.
You know, I think they Men in Black in that shit. And, you know, they
What
been
if we
sitting on
really
stacks and
live?
stacks.
What if we really live in the middle of the earth, and that's why they say it's filled with lava, and that's why we don't fuck with the ocean, and us up here is just the experiment of the motherfuckers in the real world.
Wait a second, what?
Yeah.
No, wait, what?
What if we really live? You know how there's theories that we live in the earth, like the middle of the earth?
Like in our core, yeah.
Right, but up here they tell us that it's like, you know, whatever, it's fucking fire and lava, and that's why we can't go there, and that's why we don't explore the oceans and can't get there and things of that nature. Like we're the outcasts from the real people of the earth.
So you saying the surface people are the ones
There
pulling
you
the string?
go, yeah. No, it's probably not, no, we are the surface people. We're the aliens.
Okay, I'll buy that.
There's a theory out there like that.
Like we've been saying this whole episode, we don't fit the criteria to be here.
We don't. Especially you.
I don't even like you like that.
Fucked up, bro.
But I don't know, man. That's some weird stuff.
I don't know. I think it's like they say anything's possible if you put your mind to it.
You know what bothers me? All right, the science, you know, versus science fiction. All right, how do we lose the technology to go to the moon?
Why did we only go to the moon once?
But how did we lose the technology for it? You lost the whole spaceship?
But you can go to Mars.
You lost the whole damn spaceship. Really?
But no, I don't want to go down that rabbit hole, because if you look at the moon pictures and what we know today about shadows and atmosphere, and then you look at the boot prints and they're not the same as the boots in the museum, the prints are different, like, yeah, so that could have been a whole rush to get to the moon, and we got Hollywood, bro. That's all I got to say. We had Hollywood.
We do have Hollywood.
So,
and you know, they could make a lot of shit.
That's why I said there's a
no.
To me, there's
listen
a possibility
listen
there
to me,
is
man.
no planets, and we're like an ant farm on the desk, and our daylight is somebody switching the light on, and night's them turning the light off, and the stars are the holes in the box that we breathe through.
Listen to me, man. Listen to me. President Nixon received a phone call from Neil Armstrong and Buzz Aldrin from the moon. What the fuck's the moon's number? How do you call the moon?
Well, first, if I was to go about it scientifically, I would say radio waves is what they were really doing. But at the same...
On a landline?
No, they were... See, what they had was the radio waves came to the radio, and then they had like a transponder that turned it into like a phone line, and it was probably some shit like that. I'm probably not all the way correct, but that's probably what they told people. But the moon didn't need a fucking number, because how the fuck do we even got a number? That's a whole nother fucking subject. We're just a number in the matrix here. But anyways,
I mean, you get what I'm saying though, man. Come on, man.
I don't know.
You called the moon, or they called you from the moon?
But yet we barely had landlines back then. We was plugging them in boards and shit.
My service goes out if I go to Menor.
Well, it actually depends on your service provider, sir.
But you get what I'm saying, though. You get what I'm saying. Come on, man. And the moon is 230,000 miles away. And you ain't dropping a call?
Okay, so answer me this one. Right? How did they fuck these two up? A hemorrhoid comes through asteroid comes through the hemisphere, right?
Okay.
So why didn't they call it a hemorrhoid? Right? I'm not finished yet. Okay?
All right.
And a hemorrhoid is on your ass. So why didn't they call it an asteroid?
I'm done with
How
you.
did they get them two words fucked up, bro?
I'm done with you,
I'm just saying, am I wrong?
You're on trash.
Ain't that ass backwards? When two
it is,
when two syllable
you're on trash.
when two syllable words pretty much are supposed to explain themselves.
You are an absolute garbage.
Hey, I'm just from what they brainwashed me to believe. That shit just don't make sense to me. It's like a glitch in the matrix. But I'm on trash.
You're on trash. You are
Wow.
straight hot garbage.
Wow. No, I mean,
But it's all good though. I mean, like
every
I
night
don't
at
know,
12
man.
a.m. graveyard shift.
Graveyard shift
Every Friday, I mean.
every Friday, 12 a.m. Eastern Standard
I think
Time.
in all reality, like I said, if you really want to accomplish anything, you can make it happen. It could take hundreds of years. I do believe that some things take time like that, or thousands of years for that matter. But I do also believe you can debunk any theory just as well as you can prove any theory, whether it takes hundreds or thousands of years.
Show me the aliens.
We are the fucking aliens, probably. Like you said, we're parasitic. We do no good to the ecosystem of the earth or nothing like that.
And we never have.
No. So we'd have to be foreign and parasitic. We don't fit into the genetic code of the earth, which is why the earth is fucking dying slowly, but that's a whole nother subject.
Yeah, I don't get it, man. I don't get it.
Let's talk about. No, we're not gonna do it.
Well, let's talk about it.
We're not gonna.
I'm game. Let's talk about it.
We're gonna talk about pollution and fucking that word I don't want to say, global warming and all that bullshit.
They're gonna be breathing down our necks,
Yeah.
but let's hit it.
I don't believe it.
You don't believe global warming?
Mm-mm.
Why?
For the simple fact that, all right, if we had global warming, don't you think oceans would get a lot smaller? Don't you think instead of theorize that all land was, all right, put it this way, our land mass was once supposedly one big mass, right? Instead,
Yeah.
and then if you theorize,
Well, that's a proven fact. I mean,
all right, but listen to me. And then they say land was created by like volcanoes and shit like that coming to the surface, right? So you're telling me all that shit has evaporated and eroded to an extent, but yet the vapors in the water on Earth haven't evaporated over time as much? That logically and scientifically is ass backwards to me.
Not necessarily.
And then I do believe if we were putting, now I'm not saying we couldn't be putting a hole in the ozone layer from some of the things we use because we're parasitic, but I think what we're doing in a nutshell, if that's true, is like say if we ever lived on Mars, we're just eventually gonna kill the planet and then extinct ourselves, and then it might go boom. But I don't think we're gonna go boom, as you say.
I do.
I just don't see it.
Just for the simple fact.
Just like I don't think theoretically nobody or scientifically can tell you how long this planet's been here or how long we've been here. I call bullshit. I don't give a fuck what kind of science you use or what you think you're doing. Because, well, put it this way, I also think that most everything is a theory. It just happens to work and it's no longer a theory, it's relativity. Like, for instance, how the fuck do I explain it? Because it could get real twisted. Like for say, if somebody said, hey, one day, I'll have this shoe and you can tie it in a bow and it'll stay on you. If motherfuckers would have never kept pursuing that over time, like, going from the sandal pretty much and the moccasin and then up to the shoe and the shoestring and so on. If somebody would have just everybody would have laughed at that theory over and over and over again, it would have always been a theory. But somebody took that theory seriously and they kept, you know what I'm saying, trying to get to that goal, and eventually they got to that goal. So I think any theory could be
You're using shoestrings as
Just as
that
yeah,
example.
for layman's terms, so it's not too technical.
Okay. All right.
So I think in a nutshell, theory and relativity are the same thing. It's just all, and if you pursue that theory, and then I think at the end of the day, it's all man made up, whether it's true or not. So, what is reality, I
So
guess?
you just ain't buying nothing.
No.
You ain't buying none of it.
It depends on what you mean by buying it. I'm a see it to believe it person. Like I said, there might not be a space, there might not be a Mars, a moon, there might not be any of that. We could be in the Matrix, or we could be on the rock. We could be a fucking parasite in somebody's eye for all I know. If that makes any sense. Would this motherfucker freeze on me already? I don't know. He might have froze. We might have to get him back in here. But I don't know. I'm gonna see it to believe it person. Like, I have to physically see it myself to actually believe it. If that makes sense. Yeah, he got booted. Let me send him a invite real quick. This motherfucker always get booted. The theory of relativity. But chime in. Let me know what y'all think about it while I send him this invite. See what the fuck happened to him. Get him back in here. I think anything's possible, really. And I think we could, either we devolved or we can evolve, I guess is how I would put it. Because if we only use 10% of our brain, then evidently there's a lot more we could do or learn. This is learning it. So if we put our like mind to it, I guess, whether it take 100 years, 10 years, couple months, anything's possible. The fuck is this shit doing? I don't know what the fuck happened. He said, how do we speed up the clone process? Put Miracle Grow on it. Just sprinkle that shit on it. Yeah, I know. I sent you an invite. I don't know what the fuck happened to you, why you got booted. Technical difficulties. That motherfucker, what time is it? Almost 2 in the morning on GraveYard shift. Remember, we do this every motherfucking Friday at midnight and run it until we pretty much ain't got nothing else to talk about again. Where the fuck are you if you coming back in? Unless he wrote it from the phone, he had to reboot his internet or something like that. He put me on blast, got me running the show myself and shit. I don't like that, because then I gotta talk to myself. Fuck is it? Type to him in the comments, tell him to fix his shit. Said I'm coming back in. I don't know what you guys think about it though. Remember, like, share, and subscribe, and you'll get the notifications for the interviews and all the music videos and everything too. What the fuck is going on with his shit? And remember, we do it every Friday at midnight. Well, unless Dre's shit fuck up. He said the whole computer shit down? You mean it shut down? This motherfucker done blew up his motherfucking computer in the middle of the show. Gotta get it together, bro. But no, kind of like he said, a lot of the shit that's around now, we used to joke about. We used to watch it on like sci-fi shows. We'd be like, that'd be crazy if that ever happened. And then it would end up happening. Or it happened, I should say. Kind of like we do this streaming now, or how we talk to each other on FaceTime on the phones. We used to joke about that shit when we was little, and then they actually created that shit. So I think, what the fuck? I think anything's possible. It might take time. It might take a little bit of time, a lot of bit of time. He said you knew what I was saying. And I sent you like 3 motherfucking invites. Or if I could get your computer booted up, or whatever the fuck you doing, got me over here winging it, talking to myself. panicking and shit. I'm too high for this shit. For you to be having technical difficulties. My fault if we slowed up the subject matter. I'm just trying to get him back in here. You knew what I was saying. What you think about it, Mike D? The theories and relativity. Do you think, how do I put it? You think anything's possible is I guess how I would put it. The fuck you mean you trying, bro? All you gotta do is hit the power button, boot that motherfucker back up, log into your browser, come back and join me. Or log into your email, accept the invite, come back and enjoy me. He said laugh out loud. Mic checker. Fucking up the show. 2 hours into the show, and he done crashed his motherfucking shit. That's a damn shame. Remember, share. Remember, if you got a subject you want to talk about that pertains to any of our subjects or any subjects you want to talk about on future shows, let us know because we take them all into consideration. I'm not crying, motherfucker. And plus, like I said, most of y'all know we do this once a week, every Friday at 12 a.m., 12 in the morning, 12 at night, however you want to put it. I'm not crying, motherfucker. Trying to wait for your broke ass computer ass to get back in here. Got me all on the show all fucked up. Go make everybody fall asleep. Then I'm gonna be over here talking to myself. About to call this motherfucker, see what he broke. We get him on the phone. Then we can talk shit to him. You broke into shit?
I don't know what happened. Like, we were talking and you screamed at death.
It just shut off?
Yeah, the whole thing. You screamed at death and that was it.
Did it reboot?
Yeah, but then it started flashing stuff on my screen.
What the fuck?
I don't know.
He broke into this shit. So your shit ain't working?
No, it's back up, but it was flashing stuff like I ain't never seen before.
He said we started talking about that AI conspiracy and all that shit, and it done fried his computer and started flashing crazy shit.
Like, I don't know what happened, man. Like, it's just wild.
Oh, that's crazy as fuck. See, I told you we shouldn't have been talking about that shit.
Government said no.
It's just like the good old videos of me posting you breaking shit.
Oh yeah.
We getting him back in here. He just blew up his computer right quick.
Pretty much.
Oh, he's breaking shit. It's fucking up again?
No, it's off track right now. Like, I don't know what the fuck.
Andre Hudson breaking shit.
This is some conspiracy shit right here, man.
We was 2 hours in the show and you just left us all.
Yeah, that's what happened.
You're very unprofessional.
Kiss my ass.
You see how he treats people?
Hey, it makes for good drama.
Technical difficulty makes for a good show and good drama, he says.
I do. Launch the meeting, damn it.
They just over here watching us, or watching me watch you fuck shit up now.
Alright, well, let them do that. I don't even think anybody's in there with them.
Oh yeah, there's like 3 or 4 people in there.
Is there?
Yeah.
Well, I'm on my way in.
And we like, 2 hours and 4 minutes into this shit at 2:04 in the morning. But remember, we start every night at 12. What? Graveyard shift every night at 12 or every Friday. Why do I keep saying every night, bro? See, you got me all fucked up.
We ain't got enough stuff to do every night.
Nah, we ain't doing that shit every night. Once a week is enough. Once every Friday with Dusty and Dirt on Graveyard shit. Usually, if we don't break shit, if he, if he don't break shit, you even got internet up?
Yeah, I got it.
This motherfucker.
Like, it is not launching my meeting.
You shouldn't have to. You should just go to your email and.
We're in.
I don't see you. Oh, there you are. There you are. Don't talk to me like that. Hurt my feelings and shit. I winged it for like 10 minutes without you.
No, you didn't.
Yeah, I did. Shit hurt my feelings. You on your way in, I guess.
All right, I'm in.
Don't ever double up like that on me. That was weird.
I don't know. I honestly don't know what happened.
We was talking about something they ain't like us to talk about. Probably.
Apparently, why am I not on the screen? Or does it have to catch up?
You're on the screen for me.
Yeah, but I'm not on the screen on.
Oh yeah, it's got a delay to the phone.
Yeah.
But
That's funny. You had me just talking through the phone.
to take a drink, I was doing a lot of talking.
That's funny.
For you, I almost panicked. I gotta breathe now. Get rid of that panic attack.
As many shows as you done, and you know, you go panic through it.
Nah, it's all right, but I had to put on a show. You know what I'm saying?
Nah, I was listening.
Right, right. And I had to blame it on somebody because that's society's new thing, blaming others.
Yeah, like honestly, I don't know what happened. Like I said, the blue screen of death hit, and
it's a conspiracy. We was talking about some shit we weren't supposed to be talking about, so they
said shut them down.
Basically, they was like, fuck that. It's like it got to go.
Pull the plug on them.
Pull the plug. What else can we talk about?
I don't know.
Oh, excuse me.
We done hit a lot of subjects.
What about sex dolls?
They're gonna put AI in them.
Did you see the story about sex dolls that can kill you?
What?
Like, I guess they go postal.
What?
Yeah, like, you cheated on me. Die.
No. No. No.
Oh.
Oh, I'm telling you, man, they go put AI in them, and they're gonna take over.
So you telling me the sex dolls are gonna be able to give you STDs?
What are you sharing your sex doll?
What if your sex doll was made to have AIDS, so it spreads the virus to people that just like they make a hooker sex doll?
Yeah, I'm not buying anything like that. So
somebody will. There's all kinds of freaks in this world.
So you just buying a diseased sex doll?
No, you don't know the doll has a disease. Duh, it's conspiracy. The government's trying to kill people. Oh,
well, they are.
They're gonna kill
oh God,
computer now. Fuck, I didn't mean it.
Yep.
I didn't say that.
I heard it.
No, we'll rewind.
Men in Black will show up at your door tomorrow.
Fuck it, at least I'll get some attention. I'll disappear. If I disappear, you know what happened.
The Men in Black got you?
Yeah. I guess that's better than the Alphabet Committee.
Well, we'll leave the Alphabet Mafia out of it, and, it'll be all right.
You say so.
Man.
You fucked up.
That was weird.
That was weird.
That was
fuck. You fucked up.
I didn't do it.
I'm gonna have to go rewatch the show later and see what you said right before it clipped.
Yeah, me too. I want to know what happened because I was getting ready to say something and
you set the Matrix off,
and it said nope, blue screen of death. And this is a brand new computer, man. It don't blue screen of death.
Remember mine did that the first couple of shows. It just went flap. The whole fucking thing would shut down. I'm like, the fuck? And I got like a half a NASA computer over here.
Okay, look, all right. Now it just caught up and I'm back in the show.
You been in the show, bro.
Yeah, but on the delay.
Oh. He really pressed about being seen on the show because he got booted.
I am.
It's fucked up. That's narcissist type of shit.
It might be. It might be.
Let's talk about that narcissist versus reality.
Why is everything versus reality?
Because motherfuckers need a reality check.
Are you the reality check?
I mean, I probably could be in certain situations, but I'm sure there's people that think I need a reality check on things too. So you never know.
I feel it.
It could be vice versa.
I feel it.
I want to know who the three motherfuckers in here listening to this nonsense are.
That's what I want to know because they've been in here with us pretty much the whole time.
Oh shit!
And they ain't speaking up.
Either that, or we put them to sleep and they phone laying there.
Could be too. Could be too.
They're probably like.
Well, I mean, we got into some out there topics.
Well, yeah, but they were all real topics and situations, though.
Were they though? We were talking about rapey dolphins.
That's real though.
It is.
Like, it's not fabricated that shit happens. So what? We talk about shit that people try to ignore in life like it don't happen. And we just...
I feel it.
Fun facts. I guess they're fun facts to us.
You know, I think that's pretty much what our show is. It's a bunch of fun little nonsensical facts.
And theories and shit like that.
I feel it.
Opinions. What I like to call the open-minded thinking, conspiracies. It could be all kinds of shit, really.
You know, I'm thinking these people can't comment.
I don't know. If they can't,
or they're just shy,
and they've been kicking it. Kudos to them.
Hey, that's what's up.
Right.
You know what I mean? That ain't
with Dusty and Dirt.
Graveyard Shift.
Graveyard.
Every Friday.
Shout out to Ashling Entertainment. Shout out to No Evil Clothing. Ashling Clothing. Nightshade Productions. YPLE Productions. We got all kinds of shit mixed up in there.
Yeah, well, you know, Dusty and Dirt got their fingers in a lot of stuff.
Yeah, AKA Sticky Fingers Senior. Like an octopus got my tentacles out, but I'm kind of sharking them like the giant squid like we was talking about earlier.
See, now we're just talking nonsensical stuff.
Well,
it's all good, though.
I ask you what you wanted to talk about.
I don't know, man. Like, after that whole blue screen of death, I don't know what is going on. And then my computer came back up and it flashed some weird stuff across my screen, and I'm like,
so are you like all tweaked out? Are you on this fucking conspiracy tip that they shut you down for something you said?
Maybe.
I mean, it's possible. You never know.
We are live.
I can't discredit what you're saying because it could be possible.
We are live. You know what I mean? So
we're technically in the Matrix right now, so.
Well, you gotta stop saying that.
Look here, Morpheus. I know you're Morpheus. I know this.
So you're saying I gave you the blue pill?
If we're in the Matrix, you're Morpheus. I know this.
All right, Neo, let's get it.
I pay attention to my zeros and my one. And just think about it. Because, everything could be a figment of my imagination. So the Matrix could have just been part of my relativity and what they wanted me to see, which is even crazier because there's a black dude as Morpheus and then the white dude with the dark hair, is Neo. And then here we are in the Matrix doing this shit. That's a fucked up theory.
You're high.
No, you ain't playing me, Morpheus. I just wanna know when you're gonna teach me how to like dodge bullets and slow shit down, because I'm really interested in that shit and speed shit up.
Done with you.
You teach me that shit, bro. It's on. We're taking over the world. The Matrix.
I am done with you, man. Like you are on a trip right now.
Whatever. That's just.
It's all good though.
It's so unfair.
It's all good.
You're never gonna tell me, are you?
Yeah, probably not.
See.
Oh man, you got issues.
Lots of them. But this show isn't about me.
You know, people watch this just to see what nonsense we're gonna say next.
Yeah, but a lot of it's not nonsense when we're on a serious tip, though.
Right.
It's just a lot of subjects people don't touch or talk about and things of that nature.
Let's talk about it.
We've been talking about it.
What are you doing there, Chief?
I was on my Facebook notifications. Sorry, I'm high. My OCD hates when I got notification badges on my phone. It really irks me, so I got to get rid of them.
So people would talk.
What?
I wish those people in their room with us would talk.
Well, at this point, like you said, we're just rambling. We're pretty much having our after the show conversation, but on live.
Yeah, this is pretty much what happens after the show. You know, we're just sitting here.
I mean, I think the show went well overall until, you got booted out the Matrix for a minute.
Well, the Men in Black had to shut me down.
Well, yeah, I understand that. That's crazy.
It's all good. I'm not mad at them.
Did you stay hydrated?
Oh, yes. Yes, I stayed hydrated this time.
Okay, so you're learning.
I had multiple drinks with me.
Did you go potty before the show?
Yes, I did.
Okay. You're getting a routine down.
Oh no, man! Last show it was killer, man. I was sitting there, we're an hour and a half into the show, and I'm like, oh my god, I'm gonna die. I have to pee so bad.
Right. Let's talk.
I made it through it.
Let's talk about midget strippers.
Let's not. What is wrong with you?
Okay, midget porn stars.
Like, you need to go to bed.
No. I'm just warming up, bro. And I've been at 60 frames per second through the whole show. Oh, yeah, I'm having fun.
Yeah. You need to go to bed. You're delirious.
What about midget porn stripper mermaids?
You can't call them that.
What if they identify as mermaids?
Well, all right. That's what it is. Oh, man. I'm done with you.
I'm just saying.
Like you're on straight garbage right now.
You never know what somebody identifies as, and you don't want to offend them. So I'm just being logical and politically correct here.
Politically correct?
Politically correct.
I feel it.
Just like I think ever since I started growing my beard, it's like the beard of power. I can't cut it now.
That person that wants to braid your beard with their teeth.
That was awful fucking strange. And all I see is somebody with teeth and like they move like fingers. And it's braid like Squidward braid in my beard.
Oh man.
I see Squidward's little technicals braid in my beard. Who even fucking thinks of that though?
Hey, they said it on that last show.
Like I can feel them because I say some crazy shit, but I had to sit there and like visualize that.
Yeah, but we didn't say anything crazy that show.
He did.
We said nothing. He did. We didn't.
I'll tell you what, bro. If you could braid my beard with your teeth, I'll put you on the show.
That's scary.
Yeah, I hope somebody don't show up knocking at my door.
That's what's gonna happen.
With a prosthetic hand coming out their mouth or some shit. What are you doing?
Yeah, that. Huh?
What are you doing?
Facebooking.
Why is you Facebooking in the middle of a show?
Because we ain't talking about nothing. I'm listening. I'm listening and responding. Okay. Yeah. Don't give me that look, man.
What the fuck is wrong with you? Oh yeah, also this Sunday at noon, the interview of Mr. Andre Midnight Hudson will be available on this same YouTube channel where I got to ask him questions. So we got a little bit into his life. So be sure to check that out Sunday. Hi, how you doing? Every Friday, Graveyard Shift with Desyple Nite, aka Dusty and Dirt. At 12 a.m.
Eastern Standard Time.
There's probably three cops in the room watching us thinking we're doing something illegal. That's why they ain't saying
that how they do it.
Yeah, fuck the police, except the good ones. Y'all all right. But you crooked motherfuckers, fuck you, but we ain't gonna talk about that shit either.
Yeah. That's an all bad subject.
Yeah.
All the way around.
Right. I didn't say that. You teach your birds to bark yet?
No. I'm working on it.
I told you how to do it, bro. Just gotta put a YouTube video of dogs barking on repeat and play it all night.
Oh, they were squawking through the whole show, so
yeah, I heard.
I'm surprised you didn't hear them.
Yeah, they were screaming that gang shit like the Dolphins do.
Yeah, they were squawking through the whole thing.
I can't believe we made it almost 2.5 hours. This is probably the longest show yet. We don't even know what the fuck we doing at this point.
We're doing our after show wrap up.
Except we doing it live tonight.
Yeah.
Instead of cutting the show short.
Yeah.
Yeah, don't mind us. We just here at this point.
You know, if you want to rock with us, chime in.
Right. Business moves all motherfucking year.
We working on it.
Clothes, all kinds of shit. Videos. Speaking of video, we need to finish the video shoot.
Yes, we do.
Yeah, but you don't seem to be on it. It seems to be more like a theory than relativity.
It's cold and rainy.
There could be some good shots.
Yeah, it's cold and rainy.
I get my stunt double.
I'm gonna get pneumonia.
Well, we all gotta die one day. What don't kill you, it'll make you stronger.
Okay.
Yes. Every Friday, 12 a.m., come check us out. Like I said, we take subjects. If y'all got subjects on other shows you want to talk about, we take them into consideration. We usually pick 3 subjects a show and do them every Friday at 12 a.m. What is it again?
Eastern Standard Time.
Eastern Standard Time on Graveyard Shift.
All right, that's what we need to start doing.
What?
We need to start polling people throughout the week on what subjects to talk about.
You can run a poll.
Why don't you run a poll?
Wow, he's got to do everything. I don't want to do
everything. Because they like you more.
Look, let me end the show. Say peace to everybody on the show before we get to chopping it up. Thanks for joining us. Remember, like, share, subscribe, follow the Facebooks, all that fun stuff.
Yay!
And we'll get at you next Friday. Peace. Peace. Peace.